I humbled myself. Well, no, that's the wrong way to say it. I didn't humble myself.
Okay.
I got humbled.
Okay.
So I've just started this new program. Tour's over. I thought excuses are out the window now. Now we can really start to train. So this was the end of week 1 of this new program, which was on a 6-day split. And it finished on Saturday with a legs day.
Okay.
And we've been doing this program, and I hit some big numbers. I got 5 plates on my squat, which I'm telling everyone about.
Yeah, I know. I got the message from you. I mean, it's like 5 videos in WhatsApp.
Yeah.
It's like different angles.
Yeah.
You squatting with 5 plates, 220
kilos.
Okay, 220. Okay.
And dude, I've been telling people about this squat that didn't ask. On the school run, oh, Emmanuel, how's your tour going? Yeah, pretty good. I squat 5 plates now.
Yeah.
No one asked at all.
I can imagine you in the shop. Excuse me, sir, do you want to pay cash or card? Oh, 5 plates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to buffets now, and they're like, how many plates do you need? Oh, I'll have 5, because that's why I squat in the gym.
By the way, here's the video.
Yeah. So we finished on Saturday. Sunday was a rest day.
Yeah.
But I thought, I knew that I was going to eat a lot of food on the Sunday, and I didn't want to not do anything. So I thought, I'm going to go for a walk. Not a bad idea. At least you're being active.
Yeah.
I was going to go into a 30-minute walk on the treadmill at the gym. I came out of the house. The sun was shining, and I thought, it's too nice to be indoors. I'm going to go for a walk, just around.
Okay, out in nature.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Right?
Yeah.
I then thought, I feel good. I feel really good.
Overconfident.
Yeah, massively overconfident.
Yeah.
I went, I'm going to do a 10K. I'm going to go and run a 10K.
Where did that come from?
My idiot brain / ego. Do you remember we said your ego is that idiot that says one more shot?
Yeah.
My ego was like, you can do a 10K.
Just for context, just so I can understand. When was the last time you did 10K?
I don't know, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, not within recent history. I started running. It was going well. I got 8K in, and my legs went, we're done, mate. We're done.
You used to have a word with your ego.
Yeah, I'm not even talking to my ego anymore.
No.
We are not friends. He's just trying to hurt me. Here's something fun. So you'll be excited to know that I have signed us both up for a aerial class.
As in like the trapeze, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. So there's a listener who reached out to me, and she teaches these classes. I've seen her videos. And you said you want to try new stuff. So I've signed us up to do this class.
Dude, I can't wait to see. Do they have like, I mean, no disrespect to you, but is there like a limit to like shape, sizes, weights?
You're a piece of shit.
I can't picture you hanging up there.
God, say what you want to say. Can it support your mass?
I'm gonna say, dude, I'm just saying, just don't go half the ground, please.
Do you know what my problem is? I get overly confident for no reason.
In your head,
yeah,
you're gonna be doing like splits,
probably, yeah,
spins,
yeah,
one-handed holds and isolations.
Let me give you an example of my unnecessary confidence level. Last year, I did this comedy festival called Altitude, which is in the Austrian Alps.
Okay.
I did a skiboard. What an idiot. Skiboard.
It's a new sport.
It is. I did a snowboarding lesson. Now, in this snowboarding lesson, for the whole hour, I did not fall over. Not once. So in my mind, I was like, I could probably compete.
Yeah. You're thinking the Olympics.
Yeah, I'm thinking this could be cool runnings too.
Do you know what? You might be the first Nigerian to place at the Olympics.
I thought I've got this. I thought, have I got enough time between now and the next Winter Olympics to get good enough? Probably, because I haven't fallen over. I've got that level of confidence for no reason. And it was only when I nearly died and fell off a cliff that I realised maybe that confidence was misplaced.
You think?
Just a tad. So when we do this aerial thing, if I get the smallest thing right, this will be a new hobby of mine.
If you get the slightest thing right, we're not going to hear the end of it.
Never.
To the end of time.
Oh, man.
Hey, talking of confidence, though, and being humbled. So, do you remember a few weeks ago, you and I worked out in the gym?
Yeah.
And very politely, you forced me out of my comfort zone to the point where I was bench pressing 140K, 3 plates.
Yeah.
Wasn't happy about it at the time. My ego got involved. But since then, it's been like a glass ceiling has been broken. So the other day, I'm in the gym, at my local gym, 140, no one around. And it didn't feel impossible, dude.
Yeah. So much of it is mental.
Oh, like you wouldn't believe. But also, your ego.
Yeah.
My ego said, hey, this young guy's watching you now with 3 plates.
You better lift it.
You better lift it. Walked out feeling wicked.
This is the thing. Once you know you can do it, you have to do it.
It's like glass ceiling, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's the thing with anything to do with fitness or with regard to anything in life. Once you get your head around the fact that it is possible, you know it's not impossible. So you can do it. I mean, I watched you lift some stupid weights and I was like, okay.
Here's the thing. My push is good. My pull is what needs work on. Because I've always had a good push because that's all I've ever done, because for years we were ego lifting without realizing it. So it was all bench press, all squat.
Yeah.
Nothing else. So I never worked on pull-ups. I never worked on all these other components, which I actually need. So I can look good doing a flat bench. But then when you watch me like squeal trying to do pull-ups, and I've started trying to do them now, here's what I like about the gym. It's little wins. Just that's enough for anyone to keep going. It's just small wins, because I think you get 2 types of people in the gym. The person that wants abs tomorrow. You're not going to get abs tomorrow, and they will end up quitting. And then you've got the person who just wants to do a little bit more than they did the day before. And that's when you'll start to see progress.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm definitely a fan of people who don't rush into it. What starts fast, ends fast. But also, the beauty of the gym is you'll compare yourself to other people, but there's wins everywhere. So, yeah, you and I trained together. On the pulls, I felt like, okay, this is...
I was sad about this.
I know you were sad. I saw your face.
I'm sad about this.
I saw you filming my arms.
Yeah.
As I was doing the bent over row.
Right, so when you did that bent over row, I don't know why your biceps have abs on them, but that kind of upset me a little bit. And every rep that you did, a new muscle popped out, and I didn't like it. Part of me wanted you to not get injured, but hurt yourself.
Oh yeah, I felt that. I felt the air change.
Yeah,
but that's how I felt when you were doing the bench press. I was like, if he dies, he dies. The good thing about the gym is that no matter where you start today, you can get better, and you will get better. You just have to stick with it. No short-term quick fixes. Just take your time. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%. That's what I mean. Little wins.
I'll tell you what motivates me. We're all on social media, but it's also what you absorb on social media has such a massive impact on what you do. And so much of me thinks, I wonder if I can do that.
Yeah.
And so aside from lifting heavy weights, which isn't always my thing, I want to try these things and see if they're doable. I want to do one-legged things on a bow suit. I want to try the flag. I want to do muscle-ups. All the things that these people do that look impossible, I want to see if it's possible. Does that make sense? That motivates me because I've got to entertain myself in the gym environment. It's been a long time. I intend to do this to the day I die.
If I carry on, that will be in the next 3 weeks. Have you ever met someone who's not on social media?
Yes.
It's weird. And it shouldn't be, but it is.
One of my neighbors, new neighbor in the road, really nice, chatting everything. What, are you on social media? He's like, no, I'm not on social media. I said, not on Facebook, not on Instagram.
Do you ever look and go, what are you trying to hide?
All I thought was witness protection.
You haven't got social media.
So now I'm suspicious.
Of course I'm suspicious.
Nice guy, really humble, down to earth, nice family man. I'm like,
of course he is. He's killed 17 people. How weird is it though that you judge someone because they're essentially a very private person?
Absolutely.
Someone that hasn't got social media, which is, again, what it used to be like.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things you go, really?
Mm.
It's a weird thing that should be.
Yeah, it just makes you, it just raises suspicions.
Yeah, when you meet somebody who hasn't got social media, and it does take you back.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Yeah. But do you find that there's also a sense of almost pride? You almost envy. Because I do feel like we're so subjected to so much there where if it doesn't happen on social media and you don't know about it, you've missed out. That FOMO is real. And so to find someone who hasn't got it, I'm like, well done, you.
So on my socials, I don't put anything personal on there.
No.
All of my socials are about comedy. And I do get a little bit conspiracy theorist on this, where I'm like, we're just giving people all this information about ourselves. Even when, when you get those 10-year glow up challenge, post you now and you 10 years ago, someone said to me, do you know they're doing that for facial recognition so they can actually start to track people on who they might have been before and things they might have done. And even though I understand none of that, I was like, they might be right. I'm not doing this.
Do you know what? You're not wrong. See, I'm on the same thing. I'm a conspiracy theorist up to a point. I refuse to give them my social security number or my national insurance number or this, whatever, but they'll give away their date of birth, their photos, their kids' birthdays, everything.
Do you remember a few years ago when the whole GDPR thing came in, data protection? Everyone was like, I've got to protect my data. But then all the apps that you download and all of them have got terms and conditions where you give them access to your whole phone.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to put my number on this.
It's so true. I mean, the fact that people say to you, cover the camera on your laptop.
So I remember when the people were writing, cover the camera on your laptop. And I thought, I'm trying to think of what I would do that someone would care about. I went through this phase where if I'm in front of my laptop, I would just do weird shit.
Nice.
Just so I just had this vision of someone on the other end watching going, what is this dude doing? And they would just stop watching or just stare back at them like I could see them.
Yeah, I know you're in there.
Yeah.
It's like the Truman Show all over again. But yeah, nowadays, downloading an app or to post it on social media suddenly is so carefree. People don't care at all. And what winds me up is when people tag you in things. I had one of my friends tag an old school photo of us and they tagged some sort of app on it where we were all singing a song, like a boy band. I thought it was quite hilarious. But I was like, but I didn't give you permission to use my photo in that. So now it's out there.
No one cares anymore.
But no one cares.
So have you been walking down a road and seen someone doing something funny?
Yes.
You're walking down the road, you see something comical or someone, even when I'm in the gym and I see someone doing like a weird exercise, part of your brain goes, I'm going to film this and this will go online and it'll be hilarious. But then there is the adult part of my brain or I think the more morality part of my brain where I go, they've not asked for this.
Yeah. So
I can't do it. But a lot of people will film someone and then just stick it online. And we love filming stuff.
Oh, too much stuff.
Everything is filmed.
Dude, we went to a concert at the weekend and literally people were just watching their screens for the whole concert.
Was it watching the screens, recording the person on stage?
Absolutely.
I don't get that. I tell you the people that I think are really weird, people that film a couple's first dance at their wedding. When are you ever going to watch that back?
That's a good point.
Why are you... and everyone's filming.
Yeah.
And I don't get why.
That's so true. But it's the same way you see when people do like these big like statement proposals somewhere and everyone's like, oh my goodness.
Oh, do you know what?
People are filming and you're like, what are you going to do with that? You're going to send it back to this couple.
There's that one, but there's what I really do love is when you get people proposing and the bride, if you like, the person being proposed to acts like it's a surprise and you're like, look at the 15 cameras around you. You knew it was going to happen. You probably told him this is exactly how you wanted to happen.
Yeah.
But the cameras are on you and you know it's going to go online. We are amazing actors now, everyone.
Right. And I agree with that because I just think what you see online now, most of it is not real. And that's most of it is not real. The happy families, the perfect outfit, the makeup faces, the proposals, most of it, I'm not going to say what percentage because I have no idea. But most of it isn't real.
Yeah.
But because people think it's real, it's moving the bar.
This is the thing I was going to come back to because you said about envy, jealousy. How do you deal with envy with what you see? Or actually, do you ever have to deal with envy? Because from my point of view, this is something that I struggle with. I'm surrounded by peers that seem to be doing or further along in their career than I am, or they're doing bigger jobs, or they're doing shows that I'm not doing. And when I see it online, I have to work at not getting quite frustrated. And the weird thing is, this is regardless of all the stuff that I've done.
Yeah.
Because my last couple of years have been amazing, but even still, I see stuff online that someone else is doing, and it starts to eat at you. And I have to really work on trying to turn that into something positive. It's a really difficult thing to deal with. Where do you sit with it?
First things first, I mean, it's a natural emotion. But I think as a result of social media, more people are feeling envy than ever before that they may have had in their previous lives. Because for me personally, I'm human. I look at what I've done, and I don't think I've had a bad career. I've done some amazing things and met some amazing people, had some amazing experiences. But even I look at some of the people coming through now and see some of the deals they're getting, people they're training, some of the shows they're doing. I'm like, why can't I do that? Why haven't I been asked?
Do you get that with newbies as well?
Yeah, a lot of newbies come through, and I'm like them young ones. But at the same time, I do have to appreciate that I'm more mature now.
Yeah.
And so sometimes your face fits. You're not. The funny thing is, what's nice to hear from you saying that is because you made this career change late.
Yeah.
So there's comedians out there who've been jobbing comedians for decades who haven't had the opportunities you have. And so I look at what you're doing and go, well done, dude, because in a short space of time, you've achieved so much. What's going to happen in the future? Whereas other people out there are probably envious of you going, I've been doing this in bars, pubs, whatever, for 30 years.
Yeah.
And so there's always a flip side to it. Now, I'm at my age, I don't have as much time left in the industry potentially. In fact, I still get asked to do work, makes me feel like I'm still doing enough okay. But would I like 100,000 followers? I would love that. But would it change how I am and how I carry myself? Definitely.
Fame will change me. I will stop speaking to 80% of the people I know.
Yeah.
And that's only because the other 20% know far too much about me for me to get rid of them. It does take me a while to really sit back and just appreciate what I actually do have.
Right. And I think that's the key thing. It's appreciating what you do have. We're all guilty of not appreciating what we have until it's gone or until it's too late. The amount of clients I've had and people I know in the gym environment who didn't appreciate what shape they were in or how they looked or how they felt like 10, 15, 20 years ago. You got 45-year-old people, 50-year-old people saying, I wish I was in the shape I was when I was 30. But when I was 30, I thought I was fat or out of shape.
Oh,
and you go,
I've got pictures. I've looked at pictures of mine from when we were like 18, 19.
Yeah.
And I remember like friends of mine like taking the piss out of me for being fat. And it's hard to say that now because when I look back at these pictures, I'm like, you were tiny.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a picture of me when I was 16 years old that my friend, I went to Egypt with a friend, and back then I just thought I was skinny and shapeless. I look back at that now and go, you didn't appreciate what was happening to your body during puberty because I was doing lots of sports, and I was like, you weren't in bad shape for a kid who's only about 2 years into training.
You say about your younger self. I put out a question online this week about most embarrassing things that have happened in a gym, and I started thinking about in general. And it's funny how the things that would have embarrassed you when you were 16, now you're like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
And there was I put out this post saying, what's your most embarrassing gym story? And one lady, she told me the story of she went to do a squat and her leggings tore from seam to seam through the middle, and her entire arse crack was out on display as she's at the bottom of a heavy squat. So it would have taken a minute to stand back up, which is objectively embarrassing.
Yeah.
I would have found that quite funny.
Yeah, you'd have sat there and gone, yeah.
But at that lowest point is when you're at your most spread. So that would have been an embarrassing one. But then my favorite one was it was a 2-word story. Piss myself.
That's the story done.
That's the story done. Piss myself. And I started thinking back. Do you remember when, if you think back to being 14, if you'd have wet yourself in front of your friends or in a public place at 14, you'd be known as Pissy Pants Richard for the rest of your life.
Yeah, on your gravestone.
Yeah. We've got a friend that we grew up with at a house party. Basically, shit himself when we were about 15. It still goes around now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's still spoken about now because it happened then. But now at this age, if you wet yourself, I'd be absolutely fine with it.
Oh, you?
See, it happens.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
How are we friends? How are we friends?
Do you know what? I was in Manchester a few weeks ago and I was in the hotel in the lift and I looked down and there was a bit of a puddle by my foot. And I looked down, I'm in a lift, why is there a puddle? And short version, I realised that my bottle was leaking.
Okay.
But for those 30 seconds, I didn't rule it out that I hadn't pissed myself. That was an option.
Did you do one of those internal diagnostics checks?
Yeah, because I thought I needed to piss a minute ago and now I don't. So that might have been it.
See, I wouldn't have been worried about that. You in a lift, right?
Yeah.
I would have been so worried that someone would open the door and see it there and judge me. I'd have to get out of the lift, take another lift to finish the journey.
If you do that, you have to get out the next floor.
Get out the next floor.
And then go back around another way.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us are on high protein diets, so certain things happen.
Have you ever farted in a lift?
Yes,
and someone else.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you knew that was coming.
I've done that. I did it only a couple of weeks ago when I was going to the airport.
Protein farts are some of the worst things I think you'll ever smell.
Yeah.
There was one, I did this silent one in the gym and I tried to just be like, and I moved away from the apparatus. I moved away so I could do it in one part and then come back to what I was doing. This followed me like baby reindeer.
You know what? We started off so well.
No, we did. This was one of the worst things I've ever smelt. It smelt like famine and sadness.
I've got no comeback from that. All I'm going to say is, let's just end this.
We've all farted in a gym.
Yeah, we all fight in the gym, but someone's going to hold it in. I go to a nice gym, nice people around. I'm holding it in.
What happens when you can't hold it in?
Then I've got to make an excuse and go outside, and I'm walking. I'm crop dusting. I'm just walking and letting it go.
Well, this is the thing. It felt quite. The gym wasn't really, and this is one of those, but it lasted for a while. Where I was blaming it on. I said there must be a sewage problem with this gym.
See, the thing is though, my way of gauging when that happens.
Yeah.
When you sniff your own one, if you go, it's not so too bad. If you go, oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Then
if you can't take your own stench,
then something's wrong.
Yeah, it's bad.
Something crawled up your arse and died.
Yeah, it was horrible. I didn't want to be around me.
Yeah, but the good thing is though, this is purely a male problem because women don't fart, do they?
I reckon they do.
Yeah, double comment. Do you ladies actually fart? Because I'm sure that it just smells of roses and candy floss.
No, that's what we're meant to think. They definitely fart.
Yeah, I know.
You can always tell when someone. Have you ever seen someone in the gym and gone, "You're farting"? I can see.
Yeah, I've seen some people just put equipment down and wonder.
I've got to stop doing this because I start getting real honest on this, and people in my gym listen to this. They've come and spoken to me. Are you listening to your Disney music? They start talking crap about my bag.
Yeah.
Because I just say it how it is on here. And I'll tell you now, if you ever see me in a gym and I'm just stood still holding my phone, I'm probably farting. Because if you just stand still, people know you're farting. But if I just stand there, if I'm standing there and I've got my leg like up on a bench and I'm looking at my phone.
I've just realised I'm doing a podcast with a toddler. Just sitting, just standing still, just.
I'm concentrating because I don't want it to make a load of noise.
Yeah. There's that fine balance, isn't there, where you want to eke it out gently.
Yeah.
Do you ever? I mean, this is getting way too deep. Do you ever just pull your cheeks apart just so it comes out as air?
Not in the gym, but I have done that.
Okay, I've got friends who've done that.
In the gym?
No, not in the gym. What kind of gym do you think I go to?
Oh, just generally.
Yeah, I mean, I would.
Yeah, you cannot pull your butt cheeks apart in a gym and do that. There's no because that's something discreet you got to do. That's what couples do. when they've just start dating, and you're in bed with them, and you need to let her fart out, and you can't, so you edge over to the side of the bed, and you just try and hold up, just enough, but that is that risk of, because you don't want the.
I've got nothing else to say.
And there's not really much else to discuss after that.
Yeah, we went from like confidence to.
I mean, that is a level of confidence, if anything.
Oh yeah.
Just to let it happen.
Just let it happen.
What I've learned, even recently, because you know what, the more you start doing something, the more it seems to happen around you. Like, have you ever bought a car, then all of a sudden you see your car everywhere?
Yeah.
So we speak about the gym or fitness health community. And when people ask me, what's the podcast about? I'm like, it's just all the crap that you would talk about while you're training with a friend. And what I do like is it can get stupid, and it also can get quite deep. And it would be with anyone. There's a guy that he goes to my gym. And well, it's not my gym. There's a guy, we go to the same gym.
Okay.
We know each other well enough that it started with the nod, and then it moves on to the sharing an exercise, to the waving at each other, having a quick chat in between sets at the gym. And then last week, we had the deepest conversation out of nowhere with a guy whose name I do not know. And I told him I'm refusing to know his name because I quite like this. It makes me giggle.
Yeah.
But we had this real nice conversation. And it was this moment where you go, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
Which I think is one of the best situations or best feelings that you can really have.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm the same. I've got at my gym, at the gym I go to.
Everyone does that. Like we all own a gym apparently.
Yeah, it's the ownership model is.
It's my gym.
It's my gym. Okay.
Yeah.
There's some guests. I'm here with some special guests. But no, I mean, I'm at the gym I go to. There's a few people that I get excited to sit down and have a drink with, because I can just talk openly about anything and everything. And the people that aren't in my circle, there are people who are going to judge. I don't judge, and they make me feel comfortable. And you can't put a price on feeling comfortable sometimes. You don't need to feel overstimulated or have a crush, or it has to be anything sexual or anything like that. Sometimes it's just a connection, and find it where you can.
That connection's important. And just from speaking to people, mental health is a massive thing now. And I get quite conspiracy theorist about this. When I go, mental health a lot of the time can be used as an advert to selling pills. And I personally think, and this is something that has worked for me and something that I've seen work for a lot of people, that going to the gym is the greatest antidepressant you could ever take.
Yeah.
And I thought about it the other day. I thought, imagine if rather than subscribing pills, we subscribed gym memberships.
Yeah.
Give that person a gym membership. Like if that was because you know how you can, through the NHS, you can get medication for different things. You can get support for different things. Imagine if through the NHS or through something, we were able to get that support for your physical well-being.
That would be amazing. I know there's lots of companies out there that have initiatives that are linked to like GP referral or anything else, but I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
You have a choice. We go, these pills are going to cost you this much, or the same amount of money, we can give you 2 months membership at this gym or this place, and we're going to pay you up to someone to be your gym buddy.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be on your own. That could save lives.
I reckon so. I think it's good to be body positive.
Yeah.
But that should also extend to treating your body positively.
Right. Health.
Because I think physical health is very much the same as mental health, as what you put in is what's going to come out.
Yeah. And
I do think that once you start to feel better, you'll start to feel better.
Yeah. I'm with you. And I'm a massive advocate for people just trying to move. because I think nowadays we've got way too many mechanisms in place to make life too easy for people.
Yeah.
You can order things online, you can order food online, you can shop online, you can play games, you can connect with people online. It's all stuff that involves you being still.
Yeah.
So when you move, it feels like a big, uncomfortable action, although it should be the most easy and natural action. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so it goes on to this whole no pain, no gain thing. That's such a saying from the 80s, but there's an element of truth in it. But I'm going to take the pain out of it. You've got to be a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yes, it's comfortable to be at home on the sofa after a long day at work, but you know what? You might feel more uncomfortable if your health decreases. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be comfortable. Just be uncomfortable and then get comfortable being uncomfortable. If that makes any sense whatsoever.
It's very much like, no, I do agree. It's a difficult thing to do, but the reward, I think, is priceless.
Yeah.
See, we moved away from farting in the gym.
And we're back.